2020 vision, City Girls winning, Girl We to winning. Good morning and welcome to Saturday's edition of Smell the Coffee. Now, if you didn't get my intro, there's something that was trending on TikTok a while ago where, you know, because we're twinning, so
because we're wearing
denim.
similar outfits.
Yeah,
denim.
We decided the theme for today is denim. We didn't actually plan this. This was completely by chance, but I mean, it just means that our friendship has graduated to
Our
another
energies
level.
are in sync.
They're in sync.
Yeah.
Our higher selves are in sync.
The
You know,
combos
your higher
are
self-
communicating.
They're communicating. Your higher self and my higher self yesterday were like, listen, you're wearing denim tomorrow. But yeah, boy, oh boy, are we excited to be bringing you today's episode of Smell the Coffee. Now, later on in the show, actually not later on in the show, right after this short break, I get to talk to Chef Philip from the Namibian Chefs Association. He was recently appointed the president, and we get to chat up a storm, and maybe later on we get to eat food. I'm lying, no, we don't get to eat food now, but at the Chef of the Year competition taking place later this month, we will definitely be, you know, tasting, indulging in some good food. So stick around. We will be right back with that interview with Chef Philip after this break.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
They say good food is the foundation of genuine happiness. And I think I have someone here who would definitely agree with that statement. I'm joined today by Chef Philip from the NamChefs. How are you doing today, Chef?
Diana, I am fantastic. It's really nice to be here. First time here in your studios. I love it here. Thank you.
I love your energy.
Oh, thank you.
I love your energy. It's very out there. It's
well,
very...
we work such long hours. We need to keep the energy up. Come
I
on.
can
we've got to.
imagine. I can imagine. All right, so tell us a little more about the Chef Association.
Diana, the Chefs Association has really come a long, long way. We've been, I think, early 2000 that we started already, maybe even before that. I can't exactly, maybe even 90s, late 90s we started. And we are there just to see if we can promote and lift up this industry. I mean, I think people in this industry have just said now the long hours we work, and it's about that, about promoting food, about promoting chefs, about creating and inspiring people to make better food. I mean, I'm in the lucky position where I see what people do, and you know, and see how the industry grows, to see the standard of the industry growing. It is really incredible to see that, and that's why we are there. The Chefs Association is specifically there for that.
And why would you say that an association such as this is important?
We all need to stand together. The chefs in this country really work such long hours. We work, it's incredible. I don't think everybody realizes how long it works. You see people at a function, but we've done 4 or 5 hours before and 4 or 5 hours afterwards just to prepare everything. And to get everybody together and to promote the industry, to grow this industry, to see our young chefs learning new things, sending them overseas and getting that done. It's really important that we, for me, it's about this passion, about making food better. What do we make food better? We make life better.
We do.
And exactly.
Food makes the world go round. Forget about money. Food makes the world go round.
Our new logo just says everything. NamChefs for the love of food.
For the love of food.
That's why we are there. And that's why it's important to get everybody together. Let all of us stand together. I don't think we are doing it right at the moment. There's still some things which I think we as an association need to work at, to get the communication right with all our chefs, to get more people involved. And I want to talk about corporates getting involved as well as individual chefs, getting them involved. And if we can get more people together, we can stand together, we can be a spokesperson person, organization.
be one voice,
with one
basically,
voice.
yes.
Speak to the government, speak to everybody, and get food in this country just better and better and better with a nice melt in the mouth taste.
I love the passion in your voice, the passion on your face. It says it all.
Thank you.
To be fair, I have the same expression whenever I'm talking about good food. So I understand where you're coming from. So you were recently appointed as the president of the Chefs Association.
Correct.
What do your responsibilities include?
Diana, that's a difficult one. As I just said now, I think we're not doing it right at the moment. I think there's a lot of scope for us to grow. And for me as the president, I want to see that growth. I want to see us getting more people involved. I want to see us, more people, more organizations involved. If I can get more organizations involved that's willing to give back to the chefs a little bit, then we can get more chefs involved. Because at the moment, as an association, what do we offer the people? We don't really offer them much. We don't really, we do the Chef of the Year competition. We've got other competitions where we are involved with and promoting food. We do a lot of judging at different venues where people ask us, just come and help us with this or that. We try and get to a new organization. Somebody just contacted us recently who became a member now with the hope that we can actually get a chef for him who can help him to grow his new business.
Oh, nice.
And hopefully that is the kind of thing which we as an association would love to do.
To get the chefs a little more involved.
I cannot do it by myself.
Exactly, definitely.
And at our last AGM 2 weeks ago, where I was chosen as president, I've got such a good group of people together within our EXCO, within our executive committee, who can really grow this association. We've got people from the industry, we've got people, really, really great chefs. And I'm never going to say that I'm the best chef in the country. I'm the president, I'm available. But our chefs, there's chefs in this country which is absolutely amazing.
Okay.
And so I've got them, and I've got teachers. I've got people from Nust and people from Silver Spoon. I've got people from the industry, from Gondwana. I've got other people involved in our executive committee.
You have a great support structure, basically.
And so next time when we are here, come to talk to you, I hope one of our other members, our other executive committee members can come and speak. And also keep going this energy, as you said.
That is amazing energy. I can just tell, like I said before, I can tell that you're very passionate about food. I mean, to be a chef, one definitely has to be passionate about food. Where would you say your passion for food stems from? Why are you so passionate about food?
Wow. It started at a young age. I mean, I still, when I got married, and that started younger than that, but when I got married, I said, I'll do the kitchen, my wife can do the garden, please. I hate the garden, but I love the kitchen. So I
don't think I agree with you when you say you hate the garden.
No.
You like the garden because of the fresh ingredients you can get from the garden.
And that is the nice thing with the garden now. I can get a lot of my fresh fruit from there. I can get I've got about 6 or 7 different fruit trees in there, and I can get the fruit from there. I can cook my bottled stuff, and that is a nice thing about gardening, about chefing in Namibia. And there's so many of the lodges and so many of the places now that does fresh produce. You've got some herbs which you can pick up there quickly, and you can put that in your food, even if it's only as a garnish even. But our fresh ingredients and that on there, if you put a nice ingredient on the plates, you start with a good ingredient, the food that you're going to get out, the final product is going to be amazing.
Yes.
And that is the nice thing about that. So use those fresh ingredients. Please, people, do this gardening stuff and grab those fresh basil, the mint or whatever from your garden and put it in your food. That is what it's all about.
Yes. So you said your passion, it was from a young age.
From a very young age. I remember at primary school when I would bake my own cake for cake sales at school and things like that. That was probably, I would guess, about 10 years old. And my mom taught, my first cooking experience ever was probably with my mom in the kitchen. And so I would have some friends over, and my mom would lay out the whole kitchen floor with newspapers, and we'll be lying on the floor there and rolling, because we're not old enough yet to
reach the counter.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll be on the floor there and rolling out the little cookies and things like that. My mom would bake it for us, and everybody, all my friends would take their cookies home. That's my first cooking experience I can remember. Then I remember doing chocolate fudge at some time, and at some stage in the chocolate fudge you need to put in egg, which you've got to mix in there. And my oil was still too hot when I put the egg in, so the egg became cooked immediately. But I stopped there, threw it out, did it over again, and that went to the cake sale the next morning. But I couldn't say that stage in life. I couldn't say that I'm the baker at home, because you know what it was like in the old days.
Exactly, yes.
A man is not in the kitchen. So yeah, at that stage he was kind of worried about that. But then later on in high school, I suppose, it became more normal. And yeah, did my own baking, did my own, I did flower decoration, just did about everything. And I have a wife now, so.
but she does the garden.
She does the gardening.
And you do
I get the flowers and everything from there, exactly. Yeah, so we do a lot of cooking.
I would say it's a dynamic duo.
It works
Definitely.
well. It really works well together. And getting that fresh ingredients is absolutely amazing. The fresh basil, we've got different kinds of tomatoes all over. We've got this pepper to use in the garden. I've got the fruit trees, as I said. It is incredible. And to cook like that then, just amazing.
That is amazing. But do not go anywhere. We are going to take a quick break, and we will return with Chef Philip as he tells us about an interesting competition.
Welkom jullie, mijn naam is Brian Munango en ik is jullie aanbieder voor gooikolen. Dit meest donderdagse sportstrip noem. Einde van hierdie programma zal ik en hoe om Frans te praten. Je m'appelle? Je bent?
Le Jean.
Daar rit je me kool.
Is dit nou onderbroek?
Blijf geschakeld. We zien jullie weer vrijdag volgende week. Gooikolen.
You're still watching Smell the Coffee. Now, if you missed it earlier, I am here in studio with Chef Philip, and we're talking all about food. I am a little hurt that, you know, there's no food right now, but I'm imagining, I'm visualizing.
Next time. Definitely.
I am looking forward to it. I mean, we did speak about fresh herbs, so I am definitely looking forward to that. All right, so NamChefs is hosting a Chef of the Year competition for junior and senior chefs. Please tell us more.
Well, first of all, it's junior chefs, senior chefs, as well as school chefs.
Okay.
So there's a lot of schools that now does cooking or home economics, basically, and we were inviting them as well to come. And the school chefs can come as individuals, or they can come as teams of 2.
Okay.
Everybody will basically have the same ingredients at the competition. It is being done from, now I've got to make sure about those dates, 4 to 7 September.
Okay.
At Silver Spoon Hospitality Academy.
All right.
Every year, we 1 year we'll do it at Nust, and 1 year we'll do it at Silver Spoon.
Alternate.
Yeah,
okay,
we alternate between these 2 schools. They are our 2 biggest schools. There is plenty of schools popping up nowadays, and we're inviting all of them. Please send your students, come and take part. Whether you're a member of the Chefs Association or not a member of the Chefs Association, please bring your kids. Let's grow this industry. Let's come see what people do. I just said to somebody this morning before I came here that come test yourself with people doing exactly the same ingredients as you and see what they do, and that's how we learn. I think
true, very true.
Yeah.
You know, from watching competitions like MasterChef and all of that,
Exactly.
like you're saying, it's the same ingredients,
Yeah.
but they're very different dishes that come out.
You've got 10 different people, and 10 different people can make 10 different dishes.
Exactly.
I believe a chef is the biggest chefs, is the biggest thieves in this world. There's nobody bigger than us or better than us. We see with our eyes, we taste with our mouth, and we go and replicate it at home. Exactly. So we steal other people's recipes all the time.
But like you're saying, that's how the industry grows.
Exactly,
because now if you go somewhere and you taste this cuisine from wherever it is, and you bring it back home, now we're experiencing it as well.
Exactly.
Which is beautiful, I would say.
I just stole something yesterday from somebody. We were cooking yesterday, and I had a chef who did mashed potatoes, and he put avo in there.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, is that going to work? But the avo is so mildly at the back of your palate, you don't taste it. You've got that little bit of a greenish tinge, I suppose, on. But it gave that creaminess and everything. It was absolutely brilliant.
I would have
It's something
never
what I've never
that.
thought of.
Exactly.
And I'm going to redo it at home. Certainly, believe me, I'm going to redo it at home.
You definitely should bring it for us. We
I
would
will,
definitely
I
love
will.
to have a try. So why are these competitions important? I mean, you briefly touched on the fact that it helps the industry grow. But what more, what else can we gain from competitions like this?
If I think about our young chef who won last year, Elizabeth Isai, for instance.
I actually interviewed her.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
What a nice girl.
A lovely girl.
Fantastic. She's on her way to China again shortly with another chef from Namibia. We've been invited, and they were seen overseas about how they cook. And that's why the Chinese people, or through the world chefs, they've invited us. We are part of the association of, got to think quickly, WAX, World Association of Chef Societies. There we go. I've got to think about the name quickly. We are part of them. So we've got from Namibia Chefs Association, we've got how many chefs are there in the world? We are part of them all, and we can actually ask questions that way. We've got that email address. We can speak to them at any time. This competition that you're going to do now, the Chef of the Year competition, we're running it on the same guidelines as the world chefs.
Okay.
We're using the same standards. So if you achieve, for instance, more than 90% for your dish, that is an A grade chef. I mean, that's really top of the range.
Wow.
Right there. And we're doing it on exactly the same guidelines that we use for the WAX courses. Why is it important to hold things like that? This is where we see, and not everybody's taking part. And sometimes you think that if this chef had taken part, yeah, it'd be even better. So I'm inviting everyone, please come test yourselves with the other chefs. Come see what the others do.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if you are one of the best ones, our top 3 last year, they went to Middle East. We did a competition there, our top 3 juniors. Unfortunately, there's not that many competitions available for our senior chefs, but hopefully in the future we can also do that, that we can send our senior chefs to competitions like that.
Yes.
And I know it is often difficult because everybody's got their job, everybody's working somewhere, and then you've got to take time off for that and things like that. But yeah, our juniors who's often still studying, it's easier for them to take off. So yeah, it's easier for us also to send them. And WAX is always assisting us to see how can they help to get this really going. Yeah.
And that is amazing. It's an
going.
amazing initiative. I mean, we briefly touched on who can enter, but just reiterate for those that may have missed it. So who can enter this competition?
This competition is really open to anybody. Even if you are a home cook and you want to test yourself with the other chefs, with other cooks, please come and test yourself. Come see what you can do with the other people.
You never know what you're made of until you challenge yourself.
And suddenly you get new ideas about new ways of using that, or new ways of serving something even.
Yes.
Because you just see everybody does the same thing, but the way they plate it, the small spice differences, that's where you see those differences. So home cooks are welcome. The school chefs, all of them are welcome. Come and, I mean, we've had 13 and 14-year-olds that took part in previous years. Please come test yourself against those 16, 17, 18-year-olds.
Yes.
Come see what you can do. Then you've got the junior chefs, which means younger than 25 years.
Okay.
That's what our junior category stops there, and then our senior chefs as well. Anybody is welcome. It'll be lovely to see all of you. And if we need to make this days add another day to our competition time to make sure we've got enough time for everybody, we'll add that as well. I'm sure Silver Spoon will be more than willing to help us with another day then.
So chef, secret between us and of course now the viewers, what are the contestants cooking?
Wow. It is an open secret. It's really an open secret. What we're going to do for them this year, we're giving them, when they enter, they get the menu immediately, so they can actually practice at home.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Which gives them a good chance to do something really. I know you're coming to a different kitchen and things like that, and sometimes difficult but if you practice properly at home, it can be brilliant
You can
dishes.
perfect your recipe.
Exactly that, yeah. So our starter for this year will be, and I've got to check it quickly, our starter this year, a vegetarian dish starter, we're going to do use pearl barley, parmesan, and eggplant to do that, to do a starter.
Okay.
Which is, I can imagine those flavors. I can see something crispy with the parmesan maybe. The eggplant can become...
You had me at parmesan. I love it.
There we go. So yeah, I mean, it's really going to be amazing starters. Our main dish is going to be a chicken Kiev.
Okay.
That's a chicken rolled and crumbed outside, but the nice garlic butter inside. So when you cut it open and garlic butter coming out, exactly that. They've got to do 2 vegetables with that, and the important with the 2 vegetables is we need 2 different cooking methods with those vegetables, because it is a cooking competition. We are looking at different cooking methods. What are they doing? And then a starch, of course, to make this complete dish. So you've got your protein there, your chicken, of course. You've got your 2 vegetables, and you've got your starch. And then for dessert, My mouth is
Drum
watering.
roll,
My mouth is
please.
watering for that one. I love something sweet. Sweet stuff is always
You have a
my
sweet
big
tooth?
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll exchange my biltong for bar one anytime. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, even Namibian chefs do that. Okay.
Okay.
But our dessert: a chocolate mousse, a tweel, and a fruit coulis.
Ooh.
A nice berry coulis. They can use other fruit. We are giving them. So what the chefs do when they enter, they will get this recipe. They can practice a few things, and then by that, I've got to check that date quickly for you. I think deadlines is 28 August is the deadline for submissions.
Okay.
So when they have entered, the deadline for entries is, let me see that quickly, deadline for submissions, and deadline for entries is a day before that, a week before that, I'm not sure. I'll check that for you now in a moment. Okay, so you've got the deadline for entries, let's say about the 22nd of August.
Okay.
And then they've got about 6 days after that, where they can enter their recipes. We need the recipes so we can get everybody's ingredients for them together.
Wow.
Because while we are judging, we're also looking at how much they actually waste. We don't want them.
Okay, all
So
right.
if they make a mistake, we'll have a few extra things there for them. Mistakes happen in the kitchen. But wastage is getting more and more and more important for us. We cannot just throw things away. We cannot cut peels off and throw it away. All that peels can go into stock. There's so many different things we can do with that. So we are really looking at wastage as well. And it's a big part. We've got specific kitchen judges who walk through the kitchen the whole time. The judges that's doing the tasting is 3 different judges. And then we've got the kitchen judges who walk through the whole time, who will be looking at how much waste there is, how they work in the kitchen, how clean they work in the kitchen, hygiene, all of that kind of thing as well.
Because those are important factors.
It is important.
Definitely.
It really is important.
And so if there is a bit of wastage, does that count negatively towards their final mark?
It does.
I mean,
It does.
so many people, we did a report on about approximately over 1 billion people are food insecure.
Yeah.
So we can't be wasting
No.
food.
Even in our country, I mean, I don't think we are sitting in a privileged position. I believe we are sitting in a privileged position where we have enough. We've got a home, a roof over our head, we've got a warm bed, we've got fantastic food every day. And we've really got to make sure that, and if a little bit of that waste can be used, can be reused for somebody else.
Exactly.
Please, let's do that. And I encourage all chefs, please,
Let's
stop.
not waste.
Let's not waste. Let's see how we
see
can
what
help
we
other
can
people,
do.
other Namibians.
Okay, so chef, before I let you go, what are the costs?
The cost per entry is 200 individual. Where have I got it? And I'm so sorry that I've got to look at this every time.
No. That is all right. You are the president of the Chefs Association.
Thank you very much. Members of the Chefs Association pays $250 per person to enter.
Okay.
That's only $250, really not a lot of money. With that, we're using that money to buy some of the ingredients to make sure everybody's got their stuff together. And non-members is $300.
Okay, that is not bad at all.
Which is really not bad. I'm lying about the $300. Non-members is paying $500. Thank you very much. I've got a hand there from the back somewhere that says $500, but I've got it $500. So 250 members and $500 non-members.
Again, because you're going to be buying all the ingredients,
Exactly.
it is a pretty
And we encourage
reasonable
these
price.
people that are non-members, please do become a member. I mean, if you want to become a member, please speak to me. We can speak to anybody of the chefs. There's a lot of chefs that are members who can get you involved with us. And we'd like to use you in competitions, like to use you for cooking shows. We'd like to use you for judging maybe. I mean, we do a lot of judging courses as well in Namibia. And we hope to do a lot more of that.
Yes.
And then we don't need to use a small hand of people who can grow this industry and get more people involved in that.
Awesome. So you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, from the man himself, Chef Philip. Thank you so much for joining me today on Smell the Coffee. And I can't wait to come and, taste. I think you can just slide me some food so I can judge.
Smell the
secretly.
coffee, smell the food.
Smell the food.
Yeah,
I'm definitely
yeah.
going to be smelling the food at the Chef
Perfect.
of the Year competition.
100%. Be fantastic to have you there.
We would love to be there. All right, that is it for our episode of Smell the Coffee, but do not go anywhere. More coming up after the break.
The weekend is always a vibe, and the weekend is finally upon us. Let's have a look at some of the interesting things that you can do this weekend. Here is the weekend vibe.
3, 2, 1. Here we go. It's a quiet weekend ahead on the entertainment front, so perhaps you can curl up in front of the television and just relax. But if you're looking for an outing, on Saturday at 8:30 a.m. there's a guided walk of Windhoek's Botanic Gardens led by Barbara Curtis. Entrance will set you back $20, but is free for members and kids under 16. At 6 p.m, legendary saxophonist Gareth Harvey performs live at Gordon Fung in Walvis Bay. But be warned, bookings are essential. There's a lot for the artistically inclined. You can view the exhibition Troubled Waters by Ruth Stanford and Vilo Numbala at the Project Room until Saturday, while Indifference, a collaboration between the National Art Gallery and the Nairax Foundation in South Africa, brings together the work of 5 artists that continues until the 19th. After opening earlier this week, Rising Voices, a group exhibition by 5 local artists, can be viewed at the Franco-Namibian Cultural Centre until the 21st of August. Also, Ikoba's crafters showcase their latest designs for the 2023 edition of Christmas in July at the Umba Gallery until the 31st of August. Have fun!
Well, that is it for today's exciting episode of Smell the Coffee. You're probably wondering how I managed to change so quickly into outfits. I'm a magician.
Yeah.
The superpower that is Diana. But that is it. Thank you so much for joining us today on Smell the Coffee. From me, Diana Master, and the gorgeous Aina Riza Rizzle. It is all our love, all our light. We do hope you have a happy weekend, and adios.